first item on the agenda will be election of the chair of this committee.
Mr. Chair. I'll second the nomination.
Second. Any other nomination? Hearing none, all in favor of it say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. No. Motion carries. Okay, thank you all.
Coming down the track.
We want this to be short.
Please.
Okay.
Do we?
Are you the staff for this? Did you get assigned to be
without a chair and without, there's really not much of an agenda except we need to discuss future meetings, how many we want to hold. I know the regular policy says we'll hold 3 in a calendar year. Well, the calendar year is over half gone. The committee is just starting. So how many meetings do you think we need? The rest of this year, we'll need to look at a few things somewhere after I get my thoughts together.
Would it be outside the realm of possibility for us to reconvene in anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks?
This Cal meeting?
Exactly, to at least go through what Robin's given us and kind of map out a strategy? Because the strategy depends on the number of times you get together.
Yeah, I did ask Dr. Royster if he would tell us what's happening with the audit team that he is supervising now. So do we have time for that, Joe?
Well,
go ahead, Dr. Royster.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. What you have in front of you, I believe Robin has passed out or is now passing out. Really 2 items. One is a job description for the Director of Internal Auditing. It was posted last week. We worked on that internally. Starting point was utilizing the current internal auditor job description. We went through that internally. Then we scheduled a meeting with Larry Finney. Once it had been resolved that Green Finney was to be our external auditor, we went through the process of selecting that firm again this summer. So once the selection was made and the protest period was over, we scheduled a meeting with him. Got his input into the job description. We also, the second document that you have is a draft of our initial run at audit plan for internal auditing for the coming year and subsequent years. We designed this and also sought Mr. Finney's input in it. We would also get the input from whoever is selected to be the Director of Internal Auditing before it's finalized. And these would be audits we would perform with the existing staff and or contracting through Mr. Finney's firm for some additional personnel. At this time, we have only 2 employees there. One of them has been out on extended medical leave. I believe she came back last week. Robin, is that correct? And the other employee likely is going to be out some with illness in the family. So we'll be moving forward with this audit plan, likely supplemented by external contract employees to perform part of it.
Okay, any questions to Dr. Royster? Michelle?
Dr. Royster, under the job description, I don't see under qualifications where they need to have supervisory experience, even though they will be supervising. Won't they be supervising that department and they only need a bachelor's degree? Why is that?
Well, that a bachelor's degree for this kind of position would be more the norm than a graduate degree.
Okay, what about supervisory? Because I mean, it doesn't have that under qualifications.
It does include 4 years supervisory or project management experience. Again, this is a little bit different pool of people because they wouldn't be coming from the educational side, be coming from the finance side. On rare occasion, you might find a finance person that has a master's degree, the MBA. But generally speaking, most finance people have an undergraduate degree.
Are you gonna try to hire from within for this position?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We would be looking primarily to the outside. Certainly, someone internal could apply for it, But
You're saying no.
but it would be highly unlikely we would select someone from the inside. We really don't want people that have a previous relationship with employees. Now, that would not necessarily preclude someone from internal auditing to apply. But again, I think it's most likely that we would go completely outside. In other words, we don't need to select someone from finance to be in there looking over the shoulder of people in finance.
Nobody from the department.
We could
That's already
consider
in there.
someone from internal auditing, but I think it's far more likely that this would be a person from the outside.
Okay, that's
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? They're not going to require that they be a CPA.
CPA or a certified internal auditor.
Yeah, I didn't get to read all of it. And where are these people being housed at?
Right now, they're at Bonds. One of the things when we look back through Mr. Finney's recommendations, internal auditing, he recommended that they be moved from that location. I think that's probably a good idea, but we wouldn't do anything like that until we have a person selected. Right now, the place where we'd have space for them would be MT Anderson.
Does the administration have any suggestions for the audit committee on how to proceed?
Well, I think perhaps to review the information we've shared and to have a discussion with us about areas that seem not to be included there, whether you all want to include them in having Mr. Finney do something or something we could add to this list. That would be the only thing I might suggest.
Okay. And have you selected the two other people to be on the committee with us besides yourself?
Well, right now it would be Ms. Stack and Dr. Turner, the internal auditor, report directly to Dr. Turner.
So that'd be the three with this. Okay, still any questions? Lisa?
Bert, help me out. Audits that Rick was working on when he left that were special audits, not the standard ones, but we had like one or two that were special audits.
There was an audit at Berea High School. Is that the one you're referring to?
Well, there's one that was more operational.
There's that one. There was a P card audit.
Yeah.
There was the warehouse annual inventory. Was there another one, or were there just those three? Those three. Two of the three are concluded, and I don't believe the management response has been concluded to the third one, which is the P card audit.
Okay, so that he concluded that his findings or whatever, his report on that before he left, or they've wrapped that one up. So you
I
just have
think
to
actually I don't know that Rick did the conclusion. I think maybe.
Lee did on the warehouse when
Okay.
she got back.
Yeah, but that's an annual.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an annual one because it's inventory, right? So I was thinking more about the ones that were different. There were the ones that were special audits, special request audits, and so I'm
That's the
thinking
other
like the
two.
P card one and the okay. So the P card is sitting with you right now for the management. So there's nothing we need from a. I guess my thought is because that one was not kind of the standard annual sort of audits, that would be the sort of audit that we might ask for from an external auditor.
Right, and I think if you wish you hadn't had a chance to do this, I think you'll find that we put the P card audit on here a 3 to 5 year cycle.
Okay.
There are a number of things that we put on here that have not been. They either were done on an infrequent basis or they weren't done at all. And we've added some things. And again, when we get somebody on board, we may want to add some more. They may identify some things that we haven't thought of, and want to add some things to that.
So we've had a really long day, so I don't really want to suggest that we should do it now. But Mr. Chairman, it seems like maybe it would be helpful for us to talk through these audits that are listed here then, like if they're new, especially like the procurement card audit, to just kind of hear about what that's going to look like internally and what that might look like if it's external, if it's added or special or something different. I mean, if it's a warehouse inventory, that's pretty straightforward. But since that was kind of a special one before, so could we maybe do that at the next meeting? Is just walk through the audits that they plan to conduct on a annual-ish type basis?
agreeable with everybody else on the committee? Any other questions, comments, suggestions? Okay. The Finney has already went through the process of out for bid and all that stuff. When is that up, or is it up now? You said it's already up.
Oh, the new external audit firm?
Yeah.
The selection was made in July. The 16-day protest period was over. We met with him, what, a week, 2 weeks? Well, then he was on vacation, but they are now the auditors selected for the next period of time.
Their recommendation to the board will come up this board meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
For approval. Okay. And then the director of internal auditing, when will you be hiring that person?
Hopefully, I don't know, it won't happen probably before the September board meeting because it just got posted, Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday of last week.
Okay.
So hopefully sometime in October.
Okay. So we can expect the Finney to start with their reports to the board in October then, at the monthly meeting. Like the external auditor will provide a monthly report to the committee, okay?
I think that was, as I understood, that was perhaps envisioned as they'd send you something monthly as to what they're doing, but they don't yet have a charge from you as to anything to do. They may have some stuff that they do for us as a contract worker. Because we need to get all this stuff moving. We don't need to wait until the internal auditor comes to work. I would assume that they would need to work a notice wherever they're currently employed. They come in, become familiar with the district, and then set out to do audits.
Okay.
So I could see that not happening until perhaps November, as far as this person coming to work.
Okay. Okay, so the committee wants to meet again next Cal meeting?
I mean, that's just a suggestion. It's up to a majority.
Yes. I think the next. It's fine for the new auditor not be in place by the board.
But that new auditor really
Won't
isn't.
be, that's an administrative appointment, but it's one that's at the level that would come to the board for final approval.
Yeah,
So that won't happen until September. The external auditor, you all will act on that officially at the board meeting this month, but the process is already concluded because it's done on RFP.
This committee, usually we have more time. Where to go than a board meeting. Board meeting, we're limited. The first meeting, some may go a little long. But you said internal auditor in September, but you meant October, didn't you? You won't have
External auditor
this month,
will
September.
be, you all will finalize that September.
The internal auditor won't be brought till
I can't
October.
imagine that happening before the end of October.
Okay.
It won't have even been out.
I thought
A
that's
little over
what
2
you meant, but I
weeks.
understood you to say September. So I could have heard wrong.
So if we wait till the Cal, then we could ask for our external auditor to come meet with the audit committee
Yes.
to talk about what sorts of special audits we might want to conduct with the external auditor.
According to our policy, one of the tasks this committee is going to have is setting up what we want audited for the future. And we don't have to have that until April, May. I forgot the exact date now. So, that's going to be one of our tasks, getting that together. Trying to really have the audits this year.
in the budget.
in the budget. Anything else, anyone?
Move we adjourn.
Motion is a second.
Just to help me with my paperwork, can we get these two documents attached to this meeting, at least under executive content in board docs? So that
Yeah.
Robinson.
Robin's got them, I got a copy. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. Second, got a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Thank you.